You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion and also the home of unwavering bias. Back for another week to Yarn Sport to speak on behalf of the punter and the dribbler. Here again with my darling friend, Edward Simpson, the hairiest man in the room.
Well, that beard.
That beard, yeah, but you know.
That's a beard, bro.
It is a beard. It's
a beard. Serious beard.
Well, my beard trimmer actually broken. And that is the reason why I just went, well, let's let this thing rock.
Is the beard trimmer the most underrated bit of kit going?
I think so.
I don't think it gets enough praise.
Praise, appreciation. I'd agree with that. The beard trimmer, absolutely essential. Now, I'm not one of those blokes who's clean shaven very often, like almost ever.
I'm never clean shaven.
I look like an absolute dead shit.
I look like I'm 17, 16 and a half, 17.
Yeah.
Not a big clean-shaven guy. I don't enjoy the process.
One of my biggest fears is working in a place that requires me to be clean-shaven. I'm like, I'm just not going to do it.
No.
Like, sorry.
Well, if you go in with a shadow, like if you start with stubble,
if you
then you're fine.
If you lay all your cards out on the table from the get-go.
I'm a shadow guy.
I'm a shadow man.
And that's what it is. And no, I'm not going to change for you. You've offered me the job. I had a shadow in the interview. You know what I'm about.
You know I'm a shadow man. You didn't say shit about this shadow when I came in and wowed you in the interview.
I was pretty sure that I was pushing across that I was a shadow man, because if you're not a shadow guy, you don't wear one to an interview.
No, if you're not a shadow man, then you would never have a shadow. The only time you have you're a shadow man if you're not usually a shadow man is either after a breakup, if you've been dumped.
Yeah, or during summer in Australia.
During summer in Australia, and you're just sort of between 20th of December and 5th of January.
I will say this, for the punter and the dribbler playing along at home.
And the shadow man.
And the shadow man, obviously. I, a couple of Christmases ago, requested a new beard trimmer off my siblings, right?
Yeah.
They got me a Philips one, I believe. I don't know how much they cost, but I tell you what, when you get yourself a good beard trimmer worth its weight in gold.
Have you had a shit one as well?
I've had, fucking oath, I've had shit ones, mate. What do you mean? At uni,
I mean, even at uni, I don't even know if I had the beard. You've always had a beard, right?
Yeah,
All
true.
you need to do is sort of like strain for a poo and you get like a full facial growth.
That's right.
Whereas
so I've always had one.
This is my first ever beard trimmer.
Mate.
Well, it was.
Shit ones like go blunt almost immediately, and then they start pulling the hair out.
I don't know if there's any worse torture. If you're trying to get like answers out of someone, if you're a dictator of sorts, or an FBI guy.
Well, if you're
a waterboarder.
you're a waterboard sort of bloke.
By trade.
Yeah, and you're thinking to yourself, this waterboarding's not working.
This guy's not saying anything. Get me the blunt beard trimmer.
Get me the blunt beard trimmer, and I'll make this boy squeal.
This motherfucker's gonna sing, and I'd sing within 5 seconds because it is horrendously painful.
It's like there's what are those female versions of a blunt beard trimmer, and they pull your hair out like tweezers that roll around in a circle.
I know what
They've got
you're
a really
talking
fucked
about.
up name.
I know what you're talking about.
It's the male version.
Virgo-y, something like it's.
I think it's called it starts with an E. Anyway, Dior punters dribblers.
Yeah, Dior that.
Basically, a blunt beard trimmer is the male version of that. I wanted to say also that my Philips probably charged it 3 times. This thing goes and goes and goes and goes. So, look, I know Christmas is come and gone, but...
Punters dribblers, if you want a baggy green, send us in top of the line beard trimmers.
Well, I've already got one, but it can't hurt your chances.
It can't hurt your chances. I actually have a friend, I don't know if he listens, I mean, I'm sure he does, Ryan Edwards, who works...
Friend of the show.
Works for Gillette.
Rowing fame.
Of rowing fame, of quads for days fame. Works for Gillette. I have said to him before, bro, can you get me a beard trimmer? He said yes. I don't know if it's now incumbent on me to like push for it, but I'm kind of, if you're hearing me, Ryan, or if Ryan's brother hears this, BJ, I need a beard trimmer, bro. And I need a top
Gillette, the best a man can get.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm a dad now, so I need top of the line dad sort of
well,
shit.
you can't fuck around, mate. You got a daughter to look after, and if you go into that blunt game, then
that'll really...
You might not see out the week.
Well, I'm going to start telling secrets. You know what I mean? As soon as somebody put that thing out, it's like...
You start singing.
I'm going to start singing.
Yeah, you got some secrets.
I've got some secrets, deep, dark ones.
That's... Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Sport. How did we get to that? Not sure. Hairiest man in the room.
Sure.
Beard game. Okay.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know what else to say, really. It's been not a huge week in sport.
But things have happened.
Things have happened.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. Things have happened, things to talk about, but a strange... We had a not big week in sport, then a huge week in sport, and then now back to a bit of... It's the income... Well, you know what
It's February, mate.
That's what it is.
It's February.
The shittest month for sport on planet Earth.
Look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Februaries are slow in the sporting world, but that's when you turn to us, because we can turn water into wine, baby.
It's exactly right. Which is what we're doing here. This is
water into wine.
This is water into wine.
Yeah. Jesus ain't got shit on us, baby.
So I think let's do. What about like a bit of an order of service for the punter and the
Look,
dribbler?
we always do the order of service. I don't know if the punter and the dribbler even like the order of service,
but
but
it's
we've
more-
always done it.
Yeah,
And I think that it's important to stay true to yourself.
that's it.
So
Habitual systems processes.
So we will push on. It's important to be consistent. Now we're going to be talking Australian Open, obviously. A few yarns there, a few narratives.
Yep.
For the American sports fan, we will touch on the Super Bowl. Maybe not in the way that you want us to.
Probably not to a satisfactory level to you pseudo American sports.
But we're
fans.
not Yanks.
No.
So if
These
you're
guys-
looking for an X's and O's breakdown, then you've come to the wrong place. In fact, I'm shocked you're here at all.
Also, like, we get it, you have an NFL jersey, but you don't know shit about NFL.
Also, you've never been to America.
You've never been to America, you've never been to a game. Oi, how good's fucking Jimmy Garoppolo? Listen, bro, you couldn't even tell me defensive patterns, strategies, attacking systems.
Could we? Sure we could.
Sure we could, but we're not wasting anyone's time,
So there's that.
despite the intro.
There is other tidbits.
We've already forgotten.
Rugby league. There's rugby league.
There's rugby league. There's tweets from Robbie Farah. Mundane's getting into the medical game.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
He's a doctor these days. Maybe a bit of UFC if we can be asked.
Maybe.
A bit of a Thick Ropes County update. And then some dribblers. What are they called? Dribbler Dribbles.
Dribbles from the dribbler.
Now,
Including voicemails from the hotline.
that's kind of the predominant sort of way that we get them. But
Sure.
I get ya.
Well, sometimes we get inboxed.
But most importantly, Eddie, before we get into all that stuff and the intro going swimmingly at this point,
Yeah, it's a leak.
the Hello Sport Midnight Blue Corduroy Caps
2020 membership.
2020 membership are on sale, almost sold out within 3 hours, 4 hours.
Well, look, our people, our team, we had a bit of a catch up just before we came on air, Tom, just to see how things were selling.
Yes. Numbers-wise.
Numbers-wise, the website crashed.
The website did crash.
For a moment.
We got the intern. One intern was shot, unfortunately, because we thought we had the manpower to keep
Look, we're not
up.
going to go into that. He's no longer with us, but you know he fucked up. We've moved the equivalent of mountains inside of 3 hours.
Yeah.
More than half are gone. Put it that way.
Yeah.
So when you're listening to it, there might be none left.
Yeah.
We might just be saying this in the hope that there are some left for you punters and dribblers.
But who knows?
I'm not going to promise anything.
No.
This could be rendered useless.
Go to the link in our Instagram bio. Instagram is @HelloSportPodcast. Or you can just go to hellosport.com.au.
That's correct.
And you'll find them there.
Pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
Hellosport.com.au. Yes. What a URL.
What a URL.
There's no fluffing about. There's no crap. There's no dashes. It's as simple as that. Hellosport.com.au.
No one else owns it, brothers. We got it.
Yeah,
Brothers
we got
and sisters.
it. Brothers, punters and dribblers.
Punters and dribblers, yeah.
It's the home of the punter and dribbler if you want to go check it out. There's things there. There's podcasts. There's merch. There's videos. It's actually a really good place to hang out.
Yeah.
Be part of the community.
Yeah.
You can't talk to each other on there, but you're around each other. Just know you're on there together.
Just know you're on there. Can we set up a chat room on there for
Maybe.
dribblers to...
Maybe.
It's not a bad idea.
I like just where punters and dribblers go head to head.
Yeah. Or do we... You know what's not a bad idea is we just talk about this on air and whether it makes the podcast or not, who knows? They'll never know unless it's on here.
Yeah.
But could you, Eddie, as our... Well, you obviously we got the interns to do it, but you're our IT guru, right?
Yeah, I'm head of tech.
Head of tech.
I'm head of tech.
Could we have like a Facebook group, punters and dribblers, obviously?
Yes.
And it's like a chat room sort of thing, or like, you know, where you can share ideas,
Yes.
opinions.
Yes.
And that can be on Facebook, but also on the website.
Well, we could put a feed onto the website. I
Yes.
like it. It's called Punters and Dribblers.
Punters and Dribblers.
And it's the home of the punter,
home of
and,
the
the
punter and the dribbler.
where you can put up opinions and
have
then
people
and
just
then in
rip it
so
apart.
doing, people rip you apart. You put your opinions up there, like your opinion.
Just it.
Or maybe share some articles that you think are funny,
you think
whatever
are
it is, and you
interesting,
can
funny. Things you think we should be
Can
talking about on the
you
podcast.
can you talk the talk and walk the walk? I think it's a good place for us to all connect more.
Yeah, and talk shit.
And talk shit and rip on each other. I like it. I'm into it. I think it's a great idea.
Well, this could be something to get into here.
I'm going to start it tonight.
Okay, it's
When I
going to
get
start
home.
tonight. So when you hear this, Punters Dribblers,
It's live. Go and search Punters and Dribblers on Facebook. We'll put a link and shit up.
Yeah,
It'll be around.
it'll be there.
There's a lot to talk. There's a lot happening.
there's so much.
Water
happening
into
right
wine. Doubt us again. This is off the cuff, Punters Dribblers. You don't know.
now. Imagine if we actually ever sat down to
And wrote a show.
brainstorm.
Fuck, I don't know. Maybe we'd be atop the heap. Oh, wait,
Well,
we already are.
Let's talk sport.
So, Punters Dribblers, obviously, the Australian Open come to an end. 2 weeks of glorious tennis. The summer of tennis now over.
I enjoyed it.
I had a lot of fun. Nick Kyrgios obviously is central to my enjoyment because he got me up and about. He got the nation up and about.
Yeah,
But
on the
also,
currency.
it was tennis players helping the victims of some pretty devastating fires, etc., etc. But Novak Djokovic got it done, right? Got it done a big way. He was down 2-1, claws his way back, beats poor team, who's now lost 3 Grand Slam finals.
Is that 2 French and an Australian?
2 French and Australian. But as Andy Murray can attest, sometimes you got to put in the hard work in order for glory to rain upon you.
Yes.
Now, I did want to start Punters Dribblers. I did want to touch on this. Now, during the match, Djokovic clearly becoming frustrated with the crowd against him. Now, he's now an 8-time champion. He was 7 at the time of the match last night. Probably thinking to himself, I'm going to have the crowd on my side here. They're going to be around me.
Yeah.
I am their champion.
I am the third greatest.
No
of all
one has
time.
been more prolific at this on this court, Rod Laver Arena, the great Rocket Rod's arena.
Yes.
No one's been more prolific than I here. Surely the crowd are going to be on my side as opposed to some young fucking hair-dyed,
Blonde-tinted,
blonde-tipped
little
Austrian.
millennial fuck.
Austrian, right? Wrong, bruh.
Completely wrong. Like, when he won it, the crowd was... Because even sometimes when you have a clear favourite, when the other guy wins, the crowd still, like, kind of get into it, especially in a situation where like, you know, say it's like Rafa and Roger. I mean, maybe slightly different because they're 2 absolute throbbers, but, like, if there's a favourite, the other one, if they win, still get a decent yarn from the crowd upon winning.
Yes.
No one gave a shit.
Mate, it was almost dead
Novak.
silent when he was winning points. Like,
Yeah.
dead silent. I mean...
He was getting cut. Didn't he tell a fan to shut the fuck up?
Yeah, he was screaming. And he was like, then he started to pat the umpire's leg and shit. Like, he was starting to melt down. But he is a champion and he rose back.
I don't want to make comparisons, but could you imagine if our boy Nick King had done the same thing, touched an umpire, told someone in the crowd to shut the fuck up? Could you imagine how they'd jump down King's throat?
Oh, worldwide news.
Everyone's going, oh, look at this petulant child. Mate, they're all petulant. They're all wildly competitive.
They're
human
all pretty
beings.
petulant. I mean, take out Roger, who's Iceman,
Ice
cool as a
cold.
cucumber,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he used to be petulant. He used to be petulant as fuck.
Yeah, he's obviously just ascended to a higher plane.
Of course he has, because he's the GOAT. He's our GOAT.
Yes.
Fucking shoot me. Like, he's my
Well,
goat.
he's still the GOAT.
Yeah. He still is. He's still the GOAT. That's right. But it does, his win last night, bring up an interesting conversation that we need to have. Now, I've written down some stats, right? Mm-hmm. Now, that takes Novak to 17 slams. For those who don't know, Nadal's on 19 and the great Roger Federer, the original GOAT,
Yes.
is on 20. But Novak, the only player in the world to have won all 9 Masters tournaments. I think there's 8 or 9 Masters tournaments, which is the step down from slams. He's won all of them. No one else has. He's got 5 tour finals. Like, Nadal doesn't have a tour final. I think Roger's got 6, but Nadal doesn't have one. 17 slams. He's beat Nadal in his prime at the French Open. Like, he's only French. He beat Nadal to win that.
Oh,
and
shit.
Nadal in his prime, like, Nadal's lost twice at the French Open, once to Soderling, but he was sick. Not counting that.
And also Soderling. That's obviously a statistical
Yeah,
anomaly.
but exactly. Yeah, but he was sick. That's why he lost.
Yeah.
But he beat him in his prime. he has a winning record against Nadal and against Federer, and he's got the Novak slam when he won all 4 slams in a row. Not the calendar year, but he did win them in a row. He doesn't have an Olympic gold,
Can I
which
throw you
Nadal
one more
has.
stat at you as well? He's the only player in history to win, a male player at least, to win a slam across 3 different decades. So like in the noughties, 2000, 2010, 2010s, and then now into the 2020.
Well, there you go. But, as we've said earlier, punters, dribblers, the people don't like him.
No.
Now, what's that about?
You know what? It's interesting because he really doesn't seem like that bad of a bloke.
He's not a fuckwit.
No,
he doesn't seem like that bad of a bloke. But
No.
you know what I think it is? I think that he's so obsessed with being loved and adored, like Roger is, that it's working against him. Like
You can smell the
you
desperation.
can smell the desperation on him.
It's a stench.
Because it's got to be something. Look
Yeah.
at that record. Like, he is an out-and-out champion. People used to not like Nadal, and now they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he's a champion.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, Djokovic is a champion, but people don't warm to him.
No.
And I'm thinking maybe it's you're
Trying too hard.
gagging for it, bro. Get off your knees.
Get up!
Get up.
Get up! Stop. What is this? It's pathetic.
Yeah,
No.
no, it's pathetic.
Get up. Jesus.
Pathetic. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is. Like, that's not
Solely.
That's not solely it. But from where I'm sitting, Tom,
It's
atop the heap, it reeks of desperation,
It reeks of desperation.
and it's working against him.
It's working against him. And I mean, I can't even smell legally. I'm legally scentless in the nose.
Well,
but biologically. But I can smell the desperation permeating off Jocko's skin. I
I
think
thought you were about to say thong then for some reason. I don't know why.
thong. Christ. Sure. Let's go with thong. But
Just how your lips were moving.
Yeah, shit. I mean, I can understand if I'm playing devil's advocate, Jocko's advocate, why it would upset him.
Of course, it would upset him.
Yeah, I can get it, but
Yeah.
also like you need to read the room here.
Yeah.
Maybe play the heel, play a villain. You're good enough to fucking still win it, right? If they don't like you, fuck them.
Yeah. Start flipping people
Start
off.
flipping shit. Take a leaf out of the Kyrgios book and just be a little bit of a wild child. Still win slams.
Get up
still
there.
Throb.
Get up there in front of the people and go, I know no one in this room wanted me to win, but stiff shit, I
Yeah.
won again. That's
Wait,
8, baby.
suck
And I'll be
eggs.
back next year and I'll win another. And
Beat
I'll
this
give you the
little
hot tip.
blonde tip
And I'll give you the hot
loser.
tip. I'll probably win the most slams all time. So deal with it.
How old is he? 32?
32. Nadal's 33, but Nadal's bod. His bod's questionable.
Oh,
And
yeah. His bods. He's kept together by bloody...
It's going to be
tape.
like, look, I sit here and I put my chips on the table and show them my cards, as it were.
Yeah.
I don't see any way out of this for Roger. I think that
Writing's on the wall
I
for
think
Rog.
writing's on the wall for Roger. He goes out an artiste. He goes out the most beautiful player, but not the most dominant. I think that's where we'll get
That's
to.
what we'll get to. Pending some sort of
Look,
calamity.
things can happen. I'm trying to read the room, as it were. Sort of, lead Novak.
You take Novak by the hand
And show him how it's done. That's right. And I think that it comes down to a race between Nadal and Joker. I think they both know that. I think that Nadal probably gets the French, gets up to 20, then he's got 3 on Djokovic, and then it's like it's swing to the hill type of race to the finish. Yeah.
Now, what do we make of team's hair? Like, are we? Because I mean,
Look, I tell you what I think of Team's hair. I think he's too old for it.
Yeah.
He's 26.
yeah, that's like you
That's
should be making
18,
better
19
decisions.
stuff.
Yeah. That's I make silly decisions when I'm 18, 19. Maybe you'll get a brow ring, you'll get an earring, you'll get a silly tattoo at 26 to have, and not just
Like Kyrgios is right on the cusp with his stupid peroxide thing. He's 24.
Kyrgios is going bald. This is the first. I'm breaking news here. Look at him next time he serves, and there's nothing wrong with that, punters, dribblers. There are many a great man has had and lost hair. It's just part of life.
Mate, it is what it is.
Look, unfortunately, your two hosts, very gifted follically. We can't help that.
No, it's
hair
not
for
it's
days.
not our fault.
It's not our fault. Don't hold it
But if
against
we
us.
weren't gifted follically, wouldn't matter.
I've got friends that are bald, so do you, Eddie, and we love them all the same.
That's right.
All I am saying is I've noticed Nick Kyrgios, someone who takes his hair very seriously, the king, just keep an eye on it, punters, dribblers. That's all I'm saying.
It's a hot tip.
Just keep an eye on it, see what's happening. If you find a betting market for it, load it up.
Look, if you want to get on the blow at a sports bet, said they'll open a market, let us know.
Yes.
But I think it's money for jam.
It's money for jam. But
do you take my point
Yes.
about team being too old for tips?
But also the tips aren't good, right? It's also, I think...
It's shit tipmanship.
It's not good tips. I think also there is a quality to tips that, like, if you think about Pup, when Pup had tips, or even just your late 90s, early 2000s tips, when tips were tips.
Your NSYNC tips.
NSYNC tips.
NSYNC.
Your Dawson's Creek tips.
Yeah.
Your,
Backstreet
Boys tips. Your Sugar Ray tips. Tips of that nature.
90s tips.
90s tips.
Or early 2000 tips.
Five will make you get down now. The guy from Five had good tips as well. His hair's too long for those tips because now they're not just tips, they're like strands.
Yeah.
He's got tinted strands.
They're no good.
They're not. That's not tips, bruh.
Bruh.
Need you to do better.
Bruh. You looking for answers as to why you've lost 3 Grand Slam finals?
Give tips, dude.
Tips, bro.
They're
I'll give you
not
the tips.
Yeah, I'll give you a
Look
tip.
at your tips.
You need to sort them out. Sort your tips out.
Yeah. Sort your tips out because you're a mess.
Tell you what, his backhand does get led fully into my...
Mate, he would be a Grand Slam winner if he addressed the tip issue. I'm not making that up.
No.
That's fact.
Yeah.
Put it this way as well. Nadal used to wear long 3/4 pants shorts, right? And everyone's like, Jesus, bro, how do you play? They're disgusting.
Yeah.
But he wasn't wearing them when he was 26.
No.
He'd moved on.
He'd moved on. He'd grown up.
He'd grown up. He became an adult.
Yeah, that was a childish decision
Yes.
from him to
and
wear
he knows
3/4
that. And he
pants.
looks back and he knows it. He puts his hand up. He goes, yeah, I was a child.
Don't show me those pics. I'm embarrassed.
I was under 25.
Yeah.
That's when you can do dumb shit, when you're under 25. But over that, nah.
You can't justify
No
that.
excuses.
No.
Like Agassi used to wear a toupee,
Yeah.
a wig, turned 25, said, what am I doing?
I'm bald.
Bald.
It's okay.
And he won more after he made that decision. Okay?
better for
He was
it.
more prolific in the long run, having taken the wig off.
Yeah. Put the wig down.
Put the wig down. That's all we're saying. Tim, that's our advice to you.
Yeah.
That's tennis, sort of. Did want to touch on, Tom, think it's important to the punter and the dribbler if we address the elephant in the room. That was human nature. Bro.
I mean,
Bro.
what are we thinking?
What is going on?
The whole world saw that, right?
Mate, it is the Australian Open final, one of 4 Grand Slams. Like, the world is watching. This isn't the AFL Grand Final where no one's except Victorians and Western Australians are watching. Like, this is global stuff. I don't know what the numbers would be, but they'd be in the hundreds of millions, maybe.
And they're watching Human Nature singing like... the song was so shit as well. It wasn't even...
But where's human nature been?
You know what?
Are they a thing now?
No, but they've been doing a residency in Vegas for like 4 years.
Yeah, but so what?
Oh, bro, I'm not here championing Human Nature as an Australian Open performing act. What I'm saying is that's where they've been. They've been in some back-ass little dimly lit fucking place in Vegas.
But Vegas is a bit weird like that. I get that.
Oh, I get it. They're perfect for Vegas.
Yeah, circus act
Yeah,
stuff.
this like freak shows. Let's come
Yeah.
and watch Human Nature. I'm here for 3 days doing blow and gambling and fucking hookers and shit. Like, yeah, I'll go watch Human Nature.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Read the room.
Yeah, this is not the time for that.
No. This is how can we put our best foot forward and impress and dazzle the world?
It doesn't have to be an Australian act.
No,
There,
it
I said
doesn't.
it.
Well, look, it doesn't have to be.
It'd be
there's-
nice.
But you could use. There's people out there we could have
There are
used.
better options.
Yeah.
I don't have any, though, that come immediately in mind because I just kind of always default to like Barnesy.
Yeah, I mean, but Barnsley's doing better than human nature.
Yeah.
Can you get ACDC on the blower? Angus and the boys, they're still around.
Get them to rock the bloody...
Why not?
Rock Rod Laver.
Why not?
Well, you could.
Mate, one of the great...
Let's get Jet. Anything's better. I'd listen to Jet.
Yeah, In Excess,
throwback.
bring him back.
Well,
I mean,
In Excess, unfortunately, without lead singer. I know they got
no.
Fortune,
Yeah, but are still better than human nature.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're forgetting shitloads, but like...
We've got Jet, In Excess, Barnesy, Human Nature. Powderfinger?
Is Shannon Noel better than human nature?
You know what? He is because of the, like, wow factor he brings.
Yeah.
You've got this, like, jacked...
He brings... Jack, that's putting it
steroid.
mildly.
He's
enormous.
He's on all the steroids, allegedly. On all of them.
He's on something.
He's on
Because he looks
something.
great.
He's aggressive.
Yep.
He'll threaten people as well, which
Yep.
is what you like.
Yep.
Fuck your missus and your mum rhetoric, I
Yep.
believe is what he said. I'm not saying that.
Oh, his words, not
His
yours.
words, not mine. But certainly we could do something a little bit more Australian. Midnight Oil, can they reform?
I don't see why not.
Why the fuck not?
I don't see why not. All we're saying is human nature boring.
They sucked.
They
And
didn't bring it.
but
They didn't bring it.
Can I
But
also
like, okay,
say,
even-
can I say after 25, you start making better decisions. They were all dressed like 25-year-old boy band stuff.
Yeah. It was
They were all
wrong.
dressed the same, like the same sort of weird pastel colors, but all slightly different clothing. It's like, are these guys all like 50? What's happening here? What am I watching? They're like, your kiss is as good as your... No kiss
Wrong.
is good as your kiss. No love is good as your love. And you're like...
Wrong. All wrong. Shocker.
Yeah.
You compare that with the Super Bowl halftime show.
That was, I mean, JLo and Shakira MVPs of the Super Bowl.
MVPs of the Super Bowl.
My God.
Let's just acknowledge punters and dribblers. JLo 50.
50 years old.
50 good looks better and better and better and
50
better and
years
better.
old. And Shakira, because I did a little Dioring at home as I watched this with my young daughter. Shakira 43.
Yeah.
These are old women by the book.
By the book,
But-
by average life expectancy
expectancies.
metrics, not spring chicken.
No. But physically, absolutely gorgeous.
But you know what
Delicious.
they did, Tom? They brought it. Big energy,
they did.
high energy, read the room, got it right.
Got it right. Do you know what I was saying to Steph when I was watching this? Was JLo is up there on some sort of I'm not going to say a stripper pole, but it was a pole
Well, it was a poll.
that sometimes strippers use, right?
Well, it was
she
a pole.
She was twirling around the pole. She was singing, twirling around a pole, and then standing on two dudes' shoulders who were beneath her in front of the entire world.
Yo, yeah,
And rocking it.
rocking it.
Absolutely. Bringing it.
Yeah, and playing some classics.
Oh, she brought out the hits. She brought out the hits, which is what you want. It's Super Bowl. You don't debut your new tracks. on the
No,
Super
you
Bowl
don't. No,
halftime
no,
show.
you don't.
That's
you don't.
tacky.
Let's get loud.
Let's get loud, please. Jenny from the block.
Yeah. I'd like to get loud.
Let's get loud.
Yeah.
And then Shakira, same thing.
Shakira.
They did some bloody booty shakes.
Yeah,
They
there
looked-
was some booty stuff, which I thought was a nice touch.
Oh, it was class.
But again, just to reiterate, just to triple down on this thing, they brought the energy required, needed.
Yeah.
Now, I heard after last year's shit show with Maroon 5, Roger Goodell, thank you, knew his name, didn't know how to pronounce.
NFL commissioner.
That's right. He's like, we need to fix this image we've got. NFL getting it wrong. Because they used to get fucking Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson and Prince and some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Now we're rolling out Maroon 5. Like, I know Travis Scott was there, but it was a Maroon 5 with some backing vocals.
Well, but I mean, I think I would put Travis Scott and Maroon 5 in the same category.
But, sure,
for a halftime show.
but Maroon 5, very human nature.
Yes, but Maroon 5, I mean, Travis Scott is also he's a rapper,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he's not Jay-Z.
No, he's not. Point is this.
He's not Eminem.
They get Jay-Z. Sure. They get Jay-Z. They're like, mate, we need you to come on as a consultant because we're getting this wrong consistently. Help us fix it. Jay-Z's like, not a problem. I got two ladies in mind. JLo, Shakira, Latino influence. They're playing down.
Miami.
They're playing down in Florida, Miami, and they just rocked the socks off the thing.
It
Mate.
was so dope. I watched more of the halftime show than I actually watched of the NFL.
I watched a bit of the NFL, and it was cool.
I went and watched the last 4 minutes.
Can I say something about the NFL that annoys me?
Please.
I don't like how the commentators aren't prepared to bring it. Like, okay, go back and listen to James Tedesco's match-winning try in Origin 3, circa July 2019. And tell me what Rabs is doing. He's getting up and about. He's getting after it. He's letting people at home know what it's like in the stadium. You know what I mean? He's putting some fucking panache behind it.
Some oomph.
These blokes, it doesn't matter if it's fucking the first drive in the first minute or the match-winning touchdown. Like, they're the same monotone flatness. I'm
Yeah.
like, brah, I need you getting me up and about. What is this? What is this? Some professionalism sort of,
You're meant to. That's kind of your job, right?
Well, I thought
you're meant to be arousing the earlobes of
But you're
people
supposed to
around
be.
the
You're
world.
supposed to be. Your voice is supposed to be telling a story, is it
Yes.
not? Not. Oh, okay. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Yeah, I tell
They've
you what
won
it
the
is.
Super Bowl.
No,
like,
you're
bruh.
right. They're almost too professional, too polished.
Too professional, too polished. And that's what they're doing, but I'd like to see them let their hair down.
Well, the reason the best commentators in the world, the ones that are loved and revered the most, are loved and revered the most, is because of how well they get those moments right, and they enhance those great moments.
you could-
rather than just talking over it, and you're like, okay, yeah, like I saw it happen, and I'm losing my shit. But imagine when you think about Martin Tyler when he in the EPL and some absolutely loose goal. It's like
he's after it.
He's
Or even
up and about.
But yeah, you don't have to be up and about, but your voice needs to tell a story. Jim Nance in golf, right? Like, oh my goodness. When fucking Tiger rolls that chip in on the 16th Masters, 2005, whatever it was, like, he's not yelling, but,
You don't have to yell.
but you're getting it.
You just have to be able to
And these NFL
enhance
blokes,
the moment.
Yeah, they're not doing any of that.
No.
They're not doing any of that, and I think it's appalling.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be honest, though. The NFL yawn fest. I got a question for punters and dribblers if someone can let me know. What's the point of having a 2-minute warning? I don't know if it's every quarter or is it, what's the point of having a 2-minute warning?
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's something to do with the, so for starters, the quarterback gets his microphone turned off in his helmet.
With 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go, you're deaf, essentially.
Well, yeah,
and then
right.
the defensive guy gets it turned off as well. That's one rule. Then there's something to do with how the stoppage is working in terms of the clock. Something happens there.
Right. I just see
I think
shit like that and
it's
I'm like,
basically done to build drama.
yeah. Not that good. Again, maybe it's because I don't.
But again, I don't know enough about it. But there are reasons. It's not like, oh, it's the 2-minute warning and nothing changes.
No,
Things
I'm sure.
change.
I knew something must happen, but I was like, okay, sure. But look, I mean, it seemed like it was a decent comeback. They were 10 points down.
Yeah, look,
scored fucking 21 unanswered points in 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Cool. That's cool.
Congrats.
Halftime show certainly the highlight though.
Yeah, it was the highlight for me. Congrats to Kansas City. But
Yeah.
what else do you want me to say?
What else do you want me to say? Mahomes,
Patrick, hell of a footballer.
hell of a footballer. I think he's a son of a former footballer as well. Old Pat,
I think they usually are. Mate,
They often
he's had MVP last year, Super Bowl MVP this year.
youngest player to do so.
Oh, he's a throbber.
Yeah,
Make no mistake, punters, dribblers. He's got a lot of throb about him. He's a throbber.
he'd go well at Manly.
Oh yeah. He'd be a good little 7.
Yeah,
Even though he's not that little. But
No.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's little.
or a ball playing back rower.
Look, let's just see what Patrick wants to do in the next 12 months. If he wants to come down, throw the steed around, we'll let him.
We'll let him. We'll take him through his paces.
It's not a problem. We'll
Get
show him
one big
around.
test.
Show him around the peninsula.
Yep.
We know he'd like it.
Yep.
Get him out of fucking Missouri and
That shithole.
get him to Mantown.
Yep. But I think that's
Well,
what was that?
That's tennis into football.
and into NFL.
One of the great segues.
Eddie, Robbie Farah,
Yeah,
retired rugby league player
that's right.
of.
Looking at Phillies days.
Well, I mean, yeah, like he's out of work. Not sure what he's doing right now, but I know he was over at the Super Bowl. I think with his couple of his boys having a good time. And then I was just perusing Twitter yesterday, and I saw it. And if I can take credit for the entire blow up of it across the nation, I feel like it started on the Hello Sport page noticed it first. Such
fair.
as our reach, it then ballooned into a national story.
That's fair.
Now, Robbie, bit late to the party. Some of you may remember a couple of years ago, but Eugenie Bouchard, some random punter, tweeted at her. I think it was when the Patriots were down like 21-0 in the Super Bowl to the Falcons, and it looked like they were going to lose. And then a Patriots fan tweeted her going, "If the Patriots win, let's go on a date." She was like, "Sweet, whatever." Anyway, Patriots come back. They went on a date.
Yeah, I remember.
Eugenie Bouchard then has since sort of become like someone that I think punters and dribblers feel like they can just tweet
Dribblers.
at or reach out.
Dribblers.
Dribblers. Hit up like, yo, da, da, da. And she probably plays into it a little bit, whatever, who knows. But,
Or not.
Or not. Certainly may not. But Robbie Farah on Twitter last night, or yesterday, Arvo, and he's thrown out a tweet to Eugenie that was... Look, I'll read it, and then we can get into it, hey? I'm just going to get it up on my phone so that I don't misquote the great former Tiger South Tiger. At Jeannie Bouchard, if I rub you, do I get 3 wishes?
It's pretty lowbrow.
It's pretty scat, right? And like lowbrow is probably the best way to put it, but it's like, do you think he's sort of sat around with his mates and he feels like he might be the first guy to realize her name's, or her, like, she's at Jeannie Bouchard, like, oh, Jeannie, like a genie. If I rub her...
Yeah, yeah.
Do you reckon they thought they came up with that, like...
Well, I don't know. Possibly.
That's how I see it going down. Him saying it, them all laughing, then him tweeting it.
Yeah, it's the rubbing part. Like, you should have said, if I rub your head, maybe, just because there isn't that sort of sexual
connotation.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
because it's there.
But that's what he doesn't want to rub her head. He's coming onto her on Twitter, right? Like, he's not...
No, true.
You're right. Robbie's not going, oh, fuck, I was too subtle.
Yeah.
You know, or like not too subtle, sorry. He was blatant. He was like, I should have been more like...
Okay.
I actually thought you were a genie in a lantern. If I rubbed the lamp.
Yes. Then you would give me 3 wishes.
Hey, genie, if you were a genie and I rubbed the lamp, da-da-da. Now, listen, I'm not...
Is Robbie married?
No.
Okay.
You'd hope not. For his missus' sake. I did see on Twitter someone going, oh, I bet you'll regret this tweet, Robbie. And then he's gone, oh, relax, man, I'm just having fun. And I'm like... I get it. I can see that, but you're also like tweeting at someone.
But the fact that the angle is sexual in its very nature, you open yourself up to criticism,
yes. Bruh. Absolutely you do.
Simple as that.
Now, I don't think that at any point,
he hasn't crossed the line.
No, it's just dumb.
It's just lowbrow.
Yeah, it's lowbrow.
That's all it is.
Yeah. But it's
leaguey stuff.
It's leaguey stuff. He's had a skinful,
Yeah.
a rugby league skinful.
Yeah.
And then he's got his Twitter fingers out. I'm pretty sure he's disabled his Twitter.
Oh, because it's gone south.
Bro, well, I don't know if it's gone south. I mean, I know
Well, if you've disabled your Twitter, it's gone south.
Well, yeah, it's obviously not good.
He's not getting fucking applauded for it, mate.
Oh, no, he's back up.
Okay.
He's back up. Let's see if there's any latest if he's deleted the tweets. Tweets have been deleted.
There you go.
He'd had a skinful.
He's waking up in the morning going, ooh.
Whoops. Probably shouldn't have done that.
But look.
But it's not the end of the world. I'm not here,
no, it's not the end of the world.
Ripped to shreds. It was more just like, that was clumsy from you, Rob.
Well, it's just you open yourself up to
criticism
and the need to delete your own tweets.
Yes.
That's all we're saying.
You don't want to have to delete your own tweets.
Look, tip for young players, don't tweet when you've had a skinful.
No, dude, stay the fuck away from all of that shit.
In fact, don't use your phone when you've had a skinful.
No.
Well, for social purposes.
For social purposes, yeah. Don't like put your opinions out there.
That's right.
Thoughts, feelings.
Opinions like chocks. Chock mundane.
Now, if we're talking rugby league tweeters.
Yeah, which we are.
That's actually exactly what we're talking about. Chock mundane took to Facebook, Eddie. Don't think Chock's much even of a Twitter man. Just a Facebook status.
But they're in the same world. So we're just gonna plow forward with this rugby league Twitter thing.
Chock, not a believer in the coronavirus. Thinks it's a hoax to get everyone vaccinated.
Saw that. My immediate thought is, go on. Elaborate.
Yeah, he said look into it, which a dribbler pointed out to us seems to be like, look into it is the beta version of Dior. I think maybe Dior's what Chock's missing in his life.
Well, he's missing a good Dior, but my point is this. It's like, okay, but what now? What's the implication behind the vaccine thing?
Yeah, or Chock, okay. But
yes, they do want people to get vaccinated so that we can avoid deaths.
Yes, but also, Chock, why do you think that? I'd like Chock to elaborate on his feelings.
Yeah, because you're obviously a doctor.
Well, you're in the know here, Chock.
Yeah,
I feel like I can call you Chock.
I think so.
And the coronavirus is what it is. I'm not speaking to anything on the virus, but I'd just like to know what the information you're privy to,
and why you allowed an opinion on it. Like what? Why are you so confident? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that you're prepared to influence like masses of people that follow you.
Because people do. He's influential.
Of course he is.
It's Chock.
Now, I'm not saying that. I think that maybe the people that look to Chock for medical advice maybe not big thinkers. Personally, that's what I would glean from. If you're looking at Chock mundane for medical advice,
exactly. But that's concerning.
That is concerning. But there are people out there that look to Chock for medical advice, and Chock now putting his flag in the coronavirus as a hoax.
Anti-vaxxer camp.
Now, I don't want to say it's CTE related because there's no way of knowing.
But
this is a man that has been boxed
near to death.
Well,
And he's still looking for
he's
brawls.
he is looking for brawls. He wants to take on Michael Zarafis, who just got beaten by the national treasure Jeff Horn.
I thought you were retired.
Dude, Zarafis will knock Chalk out as quickly as Horn did.
In what was it, the first minute?
Yeah, first 40 seconds.
Yeah. Mate. Look, he's obviously run out of coin, and you can't begrudge a man for trying to feed his family.
fuck
but there's
that.
other ways, Chalk. There's other ways.
But are there other ways for Chalk?
I'm sure there is.
Maybe training.
I'm sure there are. Open a gym. People go and box with Chalk in a
Box with
gym.
Chalk, yeah.
100%. All we're saying is you throwing yourself into the ring to put food on the table is leading to you sending out some pretty odd tweets.
Yeah, medical-based tweets.
Yeah.
Maybe he thinks he's a doctor.
Maybe he does.
All right, Eddie, so as you know, the punter and the dribbler know, Thick Ropes County 11, the cricket team for which I am a member, and we obviously as a podcast supporters of, went 0 from 10 for our first season, didn't win a game, got close-ish. Lost our first game.
Close-ish?
Well, close-ish. Lost 2 games so far this year, and then our third on the weekend. Up against the Barbarians. We have dropped down a division as well to Division 5.
Several.
Well, no, we asked to go to 7th Division, but in this new comp, there's only 5 divisions.
Right.
So we're as low as we could go.
Yeah.
Which was important, considering we went 0 and 10. Barbarians this week, and they were, based on their scores, they've won 2 this year. So we were like, well, we're fucked then. We'll lose. But, let's go in there with the right attitude and a bit of know-how.
Yeah.
If you think this is going to be a story about victory,
It's not.
it's not. But it's it's better than
It's a win of sorts.
It's a win of sorts. So, but I just want to. This game was bizarre. We always field first. The Thick Ropes field first.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
Well,
it
it's
ensures you get 40 overs,
That's right.
basically, unless you take 20 wickets. But 8 wickets. Anyway, so we field first. In the second over, our bowler, Artie Dazza, shout out to him. He's a medium quick. The batsman smacks the ball straight back at him. He goes to catch it. It goes through his hands and cracks him in the jaw.
Oh, Jesus.
And splits his head open, splits his jaw open. And we were all like, the sound.
Big gash?
The sound was fucked. And we were like, oh, I was looking around like, where'd the ball go? And then I see Artie on the ground and we're like, oh no. And then he gets to his knees and you see red and it's like, oh shit. Get Artie up. His chin is split to buggery. I think he got 9 or 10
Can you see
stitches.
jaw? See chin?
It went to the bone, yeah.
Yeah, there's bone about.
Yeah, there was bone en route.
Yeah.
And just pissing blood. Now, I wish we got photos. Quite iconic. He took his Thick Ropes County shirt off and just wrapped it around his head. Covered
That
in
is
blood.
iconic.
That is iconic. We didn't get any photos of it because obviously didn't want to trivialise the situation. He basically just had to leave the game straight away and go to hospital.
Yeah. Oh.
What's that? Don't know. Oh, are you stepping on something in there or still recording? Yeah, that's what it was. Yo. Talk there. Let's just make sure we're still going.
Yo.
Anyway, so we're a man down.
Yeah.
My brother Willie B was at the game. We were like, can we get him to sub in? They're like, yeah, sweet, all good. So Willie B's like, he's part of the team anyway, but so he was coming on to play. So the game continues. Willie's on. Then Will comes in to bowl, and Willie B with his first ball fucking seams this thing.
Jaffa
Seems it, bowls this guy around his legs, seems it. It was absolutely glorious. The captain runs on the field and is like, you can't have him bowling. We were like, bruh, you said he could play. And he was like, I never said he could. We're like, so it wasn't his first ball. He bowled like 3 or 4 balls, all right? And then I was like on his 5th that he got this seam. And the guy comes on and we're like, mate, you didn't say anything for the first 4 fucking deliveries. And now that he's putting a Jaffa on you, mate, and bowled him, now you complain. This little fat fuck captain.
Yeah. Loser.
Absolute loser, dude. Like 4 foot nothing, fat as fuck, and upset that a Division 5
result wasn't going his way.
It wasn't going his way. So he comes on saying Will can't bowl, And we're like, well, mate, he's fucking just gotten a wicket, so it stands. So anyway, he's kicking up a stink. The game has to stop. He's out on the field. And we're like, well, mate, why didn't you bloody say it when you saw it? So it goes on Facebook. We're like, well, why are you on? You obviously don't give a shit, bro. Like, you're on Facebook. Like, can we just play? Like, he's come here. He's come to help us out. Our mate got his head taken off in the first or second over.
And also, Will plays all the time.
Will plays all the time, but it's also like, bro, what are we talking about here? It's a Division 5 Sunday 2020, and our mate's in hospital. We just want to be able to field a team.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then he's kicking up a stink, and so then the umpire has had to call the fucking coordinator of the whole LMS.
What?
Yeah. And she's like, look, most teams would just come to a gentleman's agreement about this, like basically trying to get this guy to just stop being a little fucking prick.
Yeah.
But the rules state that he can only field. He can't bowl.
So the wicket was taken away?
No. We went, fuck you. You didn't say anything for the first 4 balls, and then when he took a wicket, so like the wicket stands, and Will had one more ball, and he's finishing his over. I dropped the catch off his fucking final ball for it to be 2 wickets in the over, unfortunately.
In 2 balls.
So that was annoying. But anyway, so he got the wicket, but he couldn't bowl for the rest of the game. Anyway, we get to the 20 overs, then we're batting, and they've set like a pretty shit total by all of our standards. They got like 111.
Right.
We can usually...
What did the fat guy get?
He got fuck all. He got like 10, you know.
Yeah.
But they got like 111. So we were like, that's a chaseable total, right? Without like very much. And we're like, holy shit, we can beat these fucking assholes. Like who we've never had. We're like, we've never won a game. We couldn't give less of a fuck. We just like to have fun. But now it's personal.
Yeah.
Thick Ropes County, now it's personal.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So we get out there and
It's
we're
about
like,
honour.
It's about honour now. It's about this guy being a prick. And it was mainly the captain who was an arsehole. To be honest, everyone else was pretty nice, but this captain was a little arsehole. So we're like, all right, whatever, let's just go out there and let's win. Let's get our first win and let's just bend. So we get out there and it's like, there's not that many runs to get, right? So we just need to rotate strike. It's like five and a half runs and over or something.
Yep.
First wicket falls in like the second over. Then I come in, I get bowled for 5. Someone else goes. This collapse is happening, and we're just like, no. No, bro. What is going on? I'm chirping it. The captain was a wicketkeeper, so I'm giving him shit while I'm batting. I can't help it. I'm so annoyed at
And then
this
you got
guy.
bowled for 5.
And I got bowled for 5. I'm calling him a fat loser. I'm like, mate, your brother just apologised on your behalf. You don't know that, but your team's embarrassed about you. Like, I'm just giving it to him. Like a fucking... I couldn't help it.
And does he chirp you off?
He's chirping me back. He's like, oh, you're still sad, mate? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking... Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the fuck I'm saying, mate. We're chirping. We're back and forth.
Sure.
I get bowled. I have to bottle my sadness and just try and... I don't look back at him because he just makes some noise at me. And I'm like, that fucker. I've got out.
You got it. You just got to walk.
You can't do anything. I'm the loser in this situation. I'm bowled. So I walk off. Anyway, so we're staring down the barrel of some real fucking problems here. Henry, our opener, is still in. And he's hitting some runs, and it's impressive. And so we're like, all right, look, this isn't too bad. But then what happens is, as we're starting to lose wickets, the little captain, fat fuck, goes to the umpire and goes, Will can't bat either. So my brother wasn't allowed to bat. And we're like, so you want us to bat with 1 less as well?
Do you get an extra wicket or not?
No.
So he's just...
He doesn't want my brother to bat. And we're like, dude, fuck you, he's batting. And he's like, no. And so we're down to... I think like 1 or 2 wickets left. And, so the guy gets out. My brother's we were just like, fuck him, bro. Walk out. Henry's still in at this point. So my brother goes out there. We need about 40 runs with maybe 5 overs to go. My brother goes out there and this guy's kicking up a stink going, no, you can't do it.
And you're just like, fuck it.
We're like, fuck you. And we've all then come out. We're on the boundary. This is like aggressive shit. And to the point where then this guy is arguing with us. He's arguing with the umpire. Chick is going out there, our captain. And then his whole team turn on him and go, just fucking let him bat, mate. Who gives a shit? Whole team turn on him.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
mutiny! Yes! Fuck you, mate. So the whole team turn on him. Willie B's allowed to go out there and bat. And then him and Henry just start digging in. They need to be getting at least 2 runs a ball. And and Willie B has had the biggest night of his life, right? Like, he's so hungover. They're just trying. It was hot. They're trying to run. They're running twos. They're getting down to it. Will gets out on the last over. First ball, the last over. Will's out, so Henry can bat by himself, but he can only run 2s or boundaries,
Yes.
and we needed 9 runs off 5 balls or something. He hits a 4. We're like, holy shit. So we needed, what's that, 4 runs off 4 balls, whatever, and we're getting down to it, and then off the final ball, Henry's there. So Henry hits a 4 on the second last ball, and we're drawn. Do all the maths here, punters, dribblers. 4 on the second last ball, and we're all drawn.
Yes.
It's all drawn up. And we're like, holy shit, bro. Henry just needs to, you've got to run 2 when you're the only batsman there. Henry just needs to run 2 runs here, and we're on the boundary, and we are going to yip in Yahoo and flip this fat asshole off and then be really respectful to the other teammates. And then he just missed the ball and we drew. So we're like, our first non-loss still isn't a win.
Oh, my God.
We still can't even win.
Only you
but
sad, not even... Just that's how you...
That's how we don't lose.
That's how you don't lose.
Is a
exactly.
draw.
It's a draw. That's what I'm looking for.
So
It's a hell of a yarn, though.
it was disappointing, but Henry carried his bat.
Oh, I love that.
That's 50 odd runs.
So you get the VB this week?
Oh, fuck yeah. Henry Wells, VB.
Mate,
Hell
soak
of a
that up.
performance.
Soak that up. You thought we'd forgotten about handing out VBs?
Nah.
They're still around.
And the light is going to that little fat captain.
There you go. Lights and VBs. They're still a thing.
They're still a thing when we feel like it. But Thick Ropes County, for the first time ever, not losers.
Well
this
done,
week.
boys. Well done.
Had my little girl there.
Oh, that was nice.
She's never seen us lose.
There you go.
So
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well done, brother.
Anyway, guys, that was...
It was indulgent.
It was indulgent and it was cathartic. But, you know, I mean,
It's
what
healing.
are you
It's healing.
guys doing? You're
It's
listening
healing.
to this shit. You must have some free time.
Yeah.
Okay, punters, dribblers, as we round the bend and approach the final straight that is this podcast.
Yeah. Loved it.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Time to do some dribbler dribbles.
That's right.
So
Favourite time of the week?
Favorite time of the week. Not sure exactly what we've got in store here, but let's just go with it.
Hi, boys. It's the number 1 company with your number 2s here to Ironside. Firstly, I'm not going to apologise, but I have been pretty stuck on listening to podcasts, and I've just got back into it this week because everyone that works for me is an absolute fucking dickhead, and I know none of them will listen to this podcast, so if anyone knows any of them, please just send them a link and tell them to all get fucked. Anyway, boys, I'm just over the dribble here. Can't be playing footy this year. Unfortunately, shoulder reconstruction. Thinking of going into semi-permanent retirement. We'll be down at the Formula Ones, I believe, and some other sporting events this year. So happy to correspond at any. If there's any in Sydney that you do not want to go to but would like someone to go to, feel free to send me because I've got nothing better to do with my life.
Clearly.
Really, I just work and drink beer and watch sport. So I'm the epitome of a dribbler. I ain't no punter. Beers never.
Bit dark.
This was a dark one from Old Ironside. Jesus Christ.
What he's having a crack at
His employees.
at the start.
Now, look, I know he's a plumber.
Yeah,
Of
and
some
he's
note.
obviously had a shit day.
He seems like
pardon
he's
the
had a
pun.
shit day. No,
he's
well,
a plumber, probably covered in shit.
Yes, potentially.
Now, he's offering to go to sporting events on our behalf. Yeah, sure.
100%. He's done it in the past.
If you're angling for something, he's already in the 11.
He's already got a baggy green. So,
so he's obviously just doing it for free.
I feel like he's just mouthing off a little bit here. Like,
yeah.
I feel like maybe if you know, feel like maybe you just need to vent.
Well, if you need to vent, I get that's fine. That the dribbler hotline is for anything.
Yeah. Now, was that dark, and did you finish it with a very, dark beers never?
Well, that's a fucking sure as shit he did.
You did. And that's no way to finish it. But obviously, we don't want anyone to mask their true emotions at any point. If you feel like it was a beers never ending to that.
But it's beers never for you.
Yeah, it's beers never for you, obviously, because it's our decision, ultimately.
And I'm never going to just deny myself a beer.
No, so that's fine for you if that's the way you feel. And that's all right, Ironside. You're a dear friend of the podcast. The Alex Ironside Memorial Big Papi Pipe Player of the Week Award will live on.
It will live on. But in
That
terms
was
of those
strange.
events, I don't know. I can't have you bringing that negativity
No,
to
you
events
gotta-
and representing
yeah,
us.
yeah.
I can't. You know what I mean? Like
You know
you got to be up and about if you want to
If you
represent
want
top
to
of
do
the
it.
heap.
He's. I think we've got. He's got another one. Okay.
Has he called back?
I'll try it again. Look, I just had another thought. I really do need this for you to tell me some shit sport events to go to because I just bought tickets to Offspring and I'm not proud of myself.
He's in all
I'd
sorts.
much rather go watch a game of netball or I have no idea. Some archery. Cheers.
Someone, look, if you know Alex Ironside, just go to his house. Go and check on him.
Go and check on him.
Go and check on him.
Look,
Go make sure he's okay.
Basically, what I got out of that is he's bought tickets to Offspring and then regretted it.
Yeah, I think so. Buyer's remorse, I think you call that,
That's
Eddie.
buyer's remorse. Yeah, like when you're lining up to purchase, something that you need, and they get you with the Skittles for $1 at the checkout.
At the checkout. Didn't need the Skittles.
Didn't need them.
Now I'm thirsty as fuck, and
Yeah.
I've got salt.
And I've got a long drive.
Got
I
a
won't be
long
home
drive.
for half an hour, and I'm
No.
parched.
And I'm also getting tired because I've got this sugar high, and now I'm crashing.
Now I'm crashing. Buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse. Ironside having a serious case of buyer's remorse. Dark dribble.
Please go.
But,
Look, again, I'll double down on what Tom said. If you know him, please go and check.
but beers soon, bruh. Beers soon. I think
Yeah.
we'll give you a beer soon.
As for the events,
I think you need it.
yeah. Not going to promise anything in terms of events.
No, I mean, just Dior the events yourself and let us know what you're going to. I'm not going to send...
No, we're not paying for tickets.
We're not paying for tickets. I'm also not putting any legwork into identifying the events.
If you go to an event, film yourself and send it to us, and if we think it's funny, we'll put it up. If not, then
all you have to do, punters, dribblers, if you want to be a Hello Sport correspondent and you're at a sporting event, is put it on your Instagram story and tag us, and you're a Hello Sport correspondent. It's that bloody easy.
unless it's not funny, then it's
Well, if it's shit, yeah, sure. Be good at it. Like,
good at it.
be good at it. If you're not good at it,
Then you won't be shared.
you won't be shared. But if you're good, if you bring a little bit more positivity than
Alex here.
than Alex here was having on that day, sure.
January 28th, I believe.
But yeah, let's move on. Shout out to Ironside.
Hi boys, Ironside here. I'm just at a local establishment and I've had a bloody rugby union skin pull. So I've had a bloody few Aperol spritzers, a couple...
Good choice.
He's sounding better.
He does.
And a Huey out of my RM. Cheers. I just want to give a quick shout out to Tommy Evans who's going through a tough time. His former water polo coach, Les, has died of violate Les. And Tommy shared with me an avid listener on the show and a former Scots boy. He shared with me his favourite Les moment. Les said to him at training, Tommy, stop fucking swearing. Cheers, be soon. Bye.
Jesus Christ.
Well, obviously, rest in peace, Les.
Obviously, rest in peace, Varley Les.
Varley Les.
First and foremost.
Friend of the show.
One of the great water polo coaches.
Look, I think Tommy and Ironside need to check on each other.
They need to check on each other. You guys need a real, you guys need something to happen. You guys need to get together, sober, I think.
Yeah.
Work it all out. Make sure everyone's good. Do a bit of an emotional stock take, if you will.
Yes, I think that's sound advice.
Because whilst initially I thought that this sounded like a much happier Ironside,
So did I. I thought, holy shit,
He's back.
He's on the Aperol spritzers and he's feeling good and he's up and about and he's going to call in with a strong, positive dribble.
straight to negative town.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Les has died, guys.
So he's got the trifecta of negative dribbles. Dark, but you know what, punish dribblers? Dark dribbles happen.
Dude, dark dribbles are still dribbles, and that's what this is for.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The hotline is always open. Always open.
Always open for business. These were just particularly dark. That's what we're saying.
Back to back.
Back to triple. It was a triple dribble. All right. Who knows? This could be Ironside again. One more.
Hey boys, just been on a night out in the home of the everlasting Overgirls, the Bay. Was out with me mate. We were going to have a bit of a double dribble, but his mate, his missus, she went and had herself a Curtis Scott skin pull, so he's looking after her, and it's just me. Okay. Just wanted to chat about a few things. For starters, just wanted to ask if you've ever seen a team that can choke more than the Stars. Not that invested in the big bash, but
Sounds like
mate, they fucking shit the bed again. Wouldn't be shocked if they lose the Thunder.
See how Columbus from his
moving
bed.
on. Did you boys watch the start of the Super 15 Union comp?
No.
Yeah, fuck me neither. Honestly. That marketing pigeon they've got is fucking got to be sacked. But I think he's got a new job. I think he's the NOL scheduling pigeon. I think now he's going to fucking... The scheduling pigeon, he's going to whack the NOL Nines tournament on fucking Valentine's Day. What is he thinking? Honestly, he needs to, they need to have a fucking good long hard look at themselves.
Good point.
That is a good point.
Honestly, that's all I've got to say. It's shit house. Absolute shit house. But anyway, see you soon. Hope you're well. See you, boys.
Now, I don't. He didn't say what his name was there, but thanks for the dribble, bruh.
Thanks for the dribble, bro. First and foremost, I don't have bed sores, so in terms of the Melbourne Stars, I can't offer a whole lot of advice. To your point, no, I didn't watch the start of the Super Rugby season. I actually had forgotten that it was on.
Yes.
Even after we talked about it last week, I still forgot.
Yeah.
Checked the scores to this morning, and was pleasant. Well, I wasn't pleasantly surprised. That's the wrong word, but I wasn't surprised by the results.
No.
The only team that got up with the Brumbies against the Reds.
So they had to play an Australian team to win.
Obviously, there's that. The Waratahs got absolutely mauled by the Crusaders.
There was the winger for the Waratahs has the most difficult name, I think, in the history of Australian sporting wingers, or just wingers in general. He scored 2 tries for the Waratahs, and I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, but Diorit.
Fun. Cool.
Just a wild.
But you raise a very interesting point in terms of this scheduling pigeon and the fuck up it's made by putting the Nines on February 14th. Because as we all know, punters and dribblers, and I know there's some driblets out there, like it historically been tough for men to get out of Valentine's Day duties.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Real tough.
If you want to just sort of have life be happy and harmonious at home,
happy
you have
wife,
to take
happy
that,
life
that's
stuff.
It. You got to take that day to do something that you probably aren't that interested in. Dinner, picnics, walks, fucking, I don't know, flowers, chocolates.
You got to put in the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's a consumerist holiday. We all know it, but you know, that's the world we live in.
Yeah, it is.
We're selling hats for fuck's sake.
Mate, it's consumerist. Yeah, it's consumerist as fuck. But if you don't turn up, then you're in deep shit.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if it's consumerist or not.
This isn't the time. Valentine's Day, not the day to be up on your high horse about consumerism.
Mate,
just do it. Spend the money and cop it.
You have to. But this Nines competition being put on February 14 is not good for anyone.
Well, are they banking on the driblets getting up and about for the Nines?
Look, I'm not going to sit here until and make things up and say that the driblets don't love the Nines. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
No.
But I would be naive, I think, to think that this is going to be, a game changer for the Nines having it on Valentine's Day.
This is a real date night thing.
Yeah, I don't think. Look, if that's what they're going for,
my missus would probably leave me if I threw that up as a Valentine's Day option.
Look,
you want to go to the Nines, babe?
If they're leaning on the Nines being the new date night option,
problems.
I think big problems.
We'll say this though, and whilst I agree with that dribbler, being up and about, up in arms, frustrated about the scheduling of the Nines is also very, very dribbler.
But he is a dribbler. He acknowledged.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but I get where he's coming from. I do.
Of course so. I get
because it makes no sense.
Isn't it also 2 days, though?
But one of the days is on there.
Yeah.
Put it Saturday and Sunday. I'm pretty sure Valentine's Day is a Friday. Saturday and Sunday fixed.
I don't know.
Fixed. Problem fixed.
Problem solved.
Thanks for the call, bro.
Thank you, mate. Very much appreciated the shift in gears from the somber,
dark to light,
beginnings of the
dark to light.
Shout out to Ironside one more time.
Yeah.
And Tommy Evans and obviously Les.
Well, Les is in our hearts, so
forever in our hearts.
Vale, Les.
Vale, Les.
Water into wine.